Today on the Cosmic Valkyrie podcast, we're going to dive into the concept of external circumstances when it comes to creating the life and business of your dreams. This is the biggest struggle that I see most entrepreneurs having when it comes to growing their business. And I wish I would have known this sooner. So I'm going to share information with you that's going to help you unlock the power of possibility so that you can create and manifest the life that you desire and deserve. I'm Lynn Louise, the Cosmic Valkyrie and your business coach, and I want to do a little housekeeping before we get started. Today, my older dog is joining me in my studio, and you might hear him snoring in the background. Know that he is my baby, and I'm not kicking him out of here. If he wants to be in here, he gets to be right by my side. But know that you're probably going to hear snoring during this episode and probably future episodes. But let's get down to business because I like to keep these podcasts concise and to the point. Today, we're talking about external circumstances. This is a concept that confuses a lot of entrepreneurs, and I'm going to tell you, it confused the hell out of me, especially when it came to no time and no money. But I'm going to incorporate some things that you may not have heard before, so just pay attention. Because you probably have heard this concept before, but I want to share it in a way that might be more digestible to give you dynamic paradigm shifts in creating that in which you desire in this life. And I'm going to bring in the concept of, air quote, my spirit guides. Yep. I know most of you look to your spirit guides to help you resolve and grow and expand within this 3D. We're going to talk about time, money, and spirit guides. So buckle up because we're going to go deep so I can help you harness your personal power and create that in which you desire in this life. So the most common thing I hear from struggling entrepreneurs is, I don't have enough time or I don't have enough money to invest in my business the way I would like to. The truth is, these two stories are operating from external circumstances, meaning when you are telling yourself you don't have enough time, you are looking outside of yourself for a solution. When you are telling yourself that you don't have enough money, you are looking at your bank account and saying, I don't have enough money to invest into my business. That is outside of you. When you are saying, I need to check in with my guides, you are looking outside yourself for the solution. Woo-wee. Why did I add guides into this podcast? Because I'm a very cosmic being. I adore our luminosity, and I firmly believe that we are more than this physical body. And I'm perfectly okay with guides, spiritual guides. But I want you to know that when you are looking to your spiritual guides, you are eliminating you out of the equation. We want to bring you back into the equation because you are the creator of your own reality within this existence, this three-dimensional world. You are a luminous being. You are more than this physical body. If you have listened to me for any amount of time, you know that I love the George MacDonald quote, you do not have a higher self. You are your higher self. You do not have guides. You are your guide. I really want you to process this. There is nothing outside of you that is going to create the outcomes that you desire. It is all you. This means when it comes to time, when it comes to money, when it comes to guides. You hold the power, and your perception of these things is what can hold you back from really stepping into your business in a way that you never thought possible. So let's go a little deeper, because I imagine when I mention time, money, and guides, you got a little triggered. You allowed yourself to get triggered and probably wanted to push yourself out of this conversation, but let's bring you back into it. Come on, don't run from this because this is going to be so transformative. I personally struggled with external circumstances in my life and business that held me back for way too long, and I don't want to see you going through that same struggle. When we are saying I don't have enough time. We're operating from external circumstances, and a lot of that is based in our perception of our to-do list, what we have on our calendar every day. Now, we know that that to-do list is never going to end. It's a continual thing. We are never going to have to not go to the grocery store again, do the laundry, take the kids to school, work our business. Yeah, that should be on the list too. When we have an ongoing to-do list, we know that it is never done. So we are saying, I don't have enough time based on the things that I need to do in this three-dimensional reality. And I know where your brain's going right now because it's the one that wants to keep you in that state of stress, anxiety, overwhelm that you don't have enough time. When we are looking at those things that we have to do and we can recognize that it is our perception that we have to do it all right now, that there is a sense of urgency, it removes our priorities from the list and creates this never-ending story that we never have enough time. That list is outside of you. That is your external circumstances. When you realize your perception of your life is a construct of your mind, I like to say brain, everything can flow. Everything that you have or don't have in your life is a direct reflection of your perception of it. Your perception of that to-do list creates the lack of time that you have. And I'm going to tell you the biggest leak of time is worrying about not having enough time. When we are consumed with the not having enough time, our brain will always default to the behaviors and habits that created the no time to begin with. I really want you to digest this because most of our time in this three-dimensional reality is consumed by worrying about not having enough time. When we are worrying about not having enough time, it distracts us from the ability to be efficient with our time. When we are worried about not having enough time, it keeps us distracting, unable to focus and get as much done in our day. When we have structure, we are able to flow and create with more dynamic outcomes. When we change the core level belief from I don't have enough time to a more powerful belief that is going to help you do the things you need to do to create the outcomes that you desire, you are able to flow. Your life becomes calmer and you're not wasting your physical and emotional energy on not having enough time. When you are operating from I don't have enough time, your default mechanisms are to waste time on things that you don't find as valuable in your life. It removes your values out of the equation and creates more struggle, more resistance, less alignment. So you need to create a different story from I don't have enough time. I can't give you that story. That is something that you are going to have to align with. Something powerful. And before you say, I'm going to check in with my guides, this is not a time to check in with your guides. This is not outside of you. This is a brain set. This is not something for you to look outside of yourself for. It is part of your physical body, your physical brain. So you just need to figure out a more empowering story than I don't have enough time and start adapting that one into your belief system. And if you don't know how to reprogram the subconscious, you know that my Evolution 10X Mastermind is where I teach you how to rapidly transform those neuropathways of that snarky inner critic into a powerful ally. So you can always book a call with me or just go ahead and join. The link is in the description to this podcast. The second one I'm going to speak on is I don't have enough money, because this is the one that really, really held me down for so long. And it didn't matter how much money I had. There was never enough. And I know what you're going to say because I said the exact same thing. Yeah, but when I look at my account, there isn't enough money. There is never enough money. This is a perception, and this perception is created from external circumstances. It is not me. My bank account is outside of myself. It does not determine how I am able to scale my business or grow my business or even invest in my business. I'm going to tell you that I have been financially investing in my business for over a decade. I have invested hundreds of thousands of dollars into my business development. I always found a way because it was a priority to me. Now, just because I did that doesn't mean that I did not have money fears or money terrors. It means that I have always valued my business development and my business growth. So I was operating in alignment to my values, which made it very easy. I had never held a lot of value on buying a $600 pair of boots or a handbag. That was never in alignment to my values, but owning my own business was. So I always found a way, even if it was putting it on a credit card. Now, let's get down and dirty about the external circumstances. This is very similar to time. No matter what I say, that bank account is not me. It is taking me out of the equation, stripping away my personal power. I am the cosmic individual in my own life. It is me. It is you. This three-dimensional meat suit that I am walking around this earth on is a fraction, a pinky finger of who I truly am. And if I let my physical brain determine my outcomes by looking at my bank account and saying, I don't have enough money, then I will never have enough money. Here's the first thing I want you to look at. How much do you value growing a business? Because your business is your future. How much do you value your future? Creating a future for your family, a better quality of life for your family, that financial freedom everyone talks about. How much value do you hold in it? And where are you allowing yourself not to invest time and money into your business growth out of misalignment? Right? You're saying, I don't have enough money, therefore I cannot invest in my business, into my future. Your bank account balance is a direct reflection of your perception, your subconscious default systems. And no matter what your balance says, it has been created from the beliefs and behaviors of your physical brain, just like lack of time. When you are operating from, I don't have enough money, you will always default to the behaviors and habits that have created your air quote, no money to begin with. So there will never be enough money. No matter how much money you are capable of creating, you will never be able to perceive that you have enough, creating that lack and scarcity over and over and over. This is why you'll hear me say your bank account, your credit card statement is a direct reflection of your subconscious. When you change your perception on a core level, you can change the dynamic outcomes in your life when it comes to money. Your bank account is not you. Who you are on the inside determines what that bank account becomes and is. So if you want to operate in alignment to creating the future that you desire, it is going to require you to invest time and money into your business. Every single successful entrepreneur has had to do this. Make scary investments. And when I hear a struggling entrepreneur tell me, I just don't have the money, it makes me want to scream because I know that because they are saying they don't have any money is the exact reason they need to be in Evolution 10X Mastermind. Because if you are struggling to get the money that you want through your business, that is the exact reason Evolution 10X Mastermind even exists. If you are telling yourself you don't have enough time, you're operating from external circumstances outside of you. If you're operating from, I don't have enough money in my bank account, you're operating from external circumstances. And both of those will always default to the beliefs and behaviors on a subconscious level in your brain that created the no time and no money to begin with. Now let's talk about guides. Because all of you are cosmic. You understand that you are more than this physical body. But most of the time when I hear entrepreneurs, healers, hypnotists, coaches speak about their guides, they are looking to them for guidance. That's why they are called guides. But you are the creator of your own reality. You are your own guide. Simply through the words that we use creates neural pathways in our brain that put meaning on these. You have been calling it a guide for so long that you have defaulted to the belief system that it is there to guide you. It is not a guide, it is you that determines it. Switch your belief system. And before you start going there saying that I know that it is really me that holds the power, I'm not talking about your logical brain. Your frontal lobe is telling you, I know that it is me that is really creating it, but your subconscious, where all of your behaviors and habits and your belief systems reside, is telling you something very different. When you say, I have to check in with my guides on a subconscious level, you once again are removing you from the equation. We are not talking about your logical brain here. We are talking about core level belief systems, ones that reside in your subconscious and your unconscious mind, the ones that you rarely pay attention to. When you, air quote, check in with your guides, you are subconsciously removing you from the equation, taking the responsibility of making decisions out of your hand and relying on an external force to create that in which you desire. This is a hope, wish, and a prayer that things are going to change for you. And they won't unless you reclaim your personal power. These are very subtle external circumstances. But these are the ones that I see get in the way of 97% of the entrepreneurs out there that are struggling to get their business rolling, next to leveling their business. If you are not getting what you want in your business, it is a direct reflection of your subconscious and unconscious beliefs and behavior. Beliefs that have created the behaviors in which materialize in your external circumstances. So I want you to slow down and I want you to ask yourself, where do I want my business to be in the next 12 months? I know you hear this question a lot. We all do. And I ask you it a lot. And most of the time, nobody can answer me outside of a financial number, like 6 figures, 250K, 300K. There is more to manifesting within your business than a financial number. And it's more than how many people you want to help. Growing a business requires fundamental strategies, brain science, and cosmic law. You need to understand how to integrate these 3 things in order to be able to rapidly grow your business to that financial number in which you desire. So where do you want your life to be in the next 12 months? What do you want it to look like? Because where you are right now and what you are doing right now is not going to get you any different results than you got last year. You cannot create different results with the same failed strategy that you have been using for the past year, the past 2 years. If you are still struggling to scale your business now, it is not by accident. It is by not being in alignment on a subconscious and core level. And you can't ask your guides to get you into alignment. That is all up to you. Now, you can stay out there struggling, paycheck to paycheck, wondering how you're ever going to make this work, how you're ever going to get out of your 9 to 5. Or you can make a decision to make rapid change by making scary choices that actually are going to propel your business in the direction you want. Because those scary decisions that you make on the day-to-day for your future are the ones that are going to make the biggest dynamic change in your life. Playing it safe is not an entrepreneurial strategy. In entrepreneurism, you have to get really, really comfortable and have a thick skin and a tolerance for fear and failure. And yes, I use the word failure because that's what most entrepreneurs are afraid of. So how much longer are you going to sit on the fence and wait for things to happen? Because nothing is going to change if you don't change your subconscious core level belief systems. You'll stay right where you are doing the same exact things month after month, year after year. And before you know it, you're going to be wondering where all your time went. What were you doing? Why weren't you creating the business that you came here to create? And why weren't you helping the soul contracts that you made before you even came to Earth?